Do you believe the fulfillment and reality of the Old and New Testaments? When God and Jesus fulfilled the promises of the Old Testament and the New Testament, did the pastors of the time see this and believe? Whether during the fulfillment of the Old Testament or the fulfillment of the New Testament, the pastors of the time did not believe what was fulfilled. Furthermore, they did not believe the pastor sent by God and Jesus even when he testified to this, and they persecuted him, calling him a heretic and a devil. During the first coming, Jesus received and ate the scroll mentioned in Ezekiel 3 of the Old Testament. Even though Jesus came and testified to everything he saw concerning God's fulfillment of the Old Testament promise, the pastors of Jerusalem at the time did not believe and persecuted him, calling him a heretic and a devil. Today, God and Jesus have fulfilled the New Testament revelation, and even though the promised shepherd, who received and ate the open scroll of Revelation, has come and testified to everything he saw, the pastors of the traditional churches again do not believe. They persecuted him, including actions such as attempting to kill him and having him imprisoned, calling him a heretic and a devil. Is this the nature of those who become pastors by the authority received from men, whether in the Old Testament fulfillment era or the New Testament fulfillment era? Today, the pastors of the traditional churches have given many false testimonies and lies regarding the New Testament revelation. Those who gave false testimony are false pastors. However, the promised shepherd of Shincheonji received and ate the scroll of the Revelation in Revelation 10, and he testified to what he saw and heard at the very scene of the fulfillment of Revelation. Even though this is the truth, the pastors of the traditional churches have again called the promised shepherd of the New Testament a heretic, just as the pastors of Jerusalem did to Jesus during the first coming. If so, what are the pastors of the traditional churches? When Revelation is entirely fulfilled, judgment will soon follow. At the time of judgment, it is written that the judgment will be carried out according to a person's deeds, by the word recorded in the book, the Bible. What will happen at the time of judgment to the pastors of the traditional churches who added to or took away from Revelation, yet persecuted Shincheonji, which has mastered the book of Revelation, calling them heretics? Furthermore, what will they do with the sin of leading believers down the wrong path with false testimony? They will have nothing to say even if their congregation members slap them on the cheek. Although Revelation was recorded about 2,000 years ago, there was not a single person in this world who knew the meaning of the prophecy of this book and its physical realities. Today, Revelation has been fulfilled, and its physical realities have appeared. Because the promised shepherd of Shincheonji saw and heard everything at the scene of the fulfillment of Revelation, he masters the true meaning of the prophecy of Revelation and its physical realities. Yet among the pastors of Catholicism and Protestantism, seminary doctors and believers, not a single person knows the true meaning of the prophecy of Revelation and its physical realities. Revelation 22 states that if anyone adds to or takes away from this book, they will not enter the kingdom of heaven and will receive a curse, plague. If so, will anyone who added to or took away from Revelation be able to enter the kingdom of heaven? The seminary doctors and pastors of the traditional churches should answer this question. Even though this is the truth, the pastors of the traditional churches continue to persecute Shincheonji, calling them heretics, just as the pastors of Jerusalem did to Jesus during the first coming. Therefore, in order to confirm who is the heretic and who is the orthodox, Shincheonji has repeatedly proposed to the pastors of Catholicism and Protestantism to take a public test based on the standard of Revelation. But so far, not a single person has responded. Whether it is the Old Testament or the New Testament, if the promise is fulfilled, one must see and believe to be saved. It is written that what was spoken before the work was accomplished. The prophecy was so that when the work is accomplished, people might see and believe. Today, the New Testament revelation has been fulfilled, and its realities, physical entities, have appeared. The promised shepherd of Shincheonji is testifying to the realities he saw and heard at the scene of the fulfillment of Revelation and the revealed word. It is written that those who add to or take away from Revelation cannot enter the kingdom of heaven. Let us listen to the testimony of the promised shepherd, master Revelation, and enter the kingdom of heaven we are longing for.